Who's pinging me on Discord? What do we got? That was definitely a Discord ping. But now there's no ping message. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's an official announcement from Eco as of 30 seconds ago. As many of you have already noticed, Tal has made an appearance in our monthly Officer Flash Pass. Players who participate in our Officer Flash Pass will be able to earn up to 10 shards in every Officer Flash Pass for the next 4 runs. So that would successfully give you 40 shards, and I believe Tal only takes 36 or 38 to unlock. So if you do everything for your Flash Pass for the next 4 months that they run it, you will all have Tal unlocked. This is consistent with the standard Scopely metric of basically giving players who spent the money about a 6-month exclusivity period, and then allowing other players to have a path. Sometimes the path doesn't come out for 6 months. Sometimes the path is there. It just takes 6 months to get there. But generally speaking, there's usually about a 6-month exclusivity period for people who made the purchases. And if they run Flash Passes, April, May, June, July would be the last one. Tal, I think, came out back in January, if I'm not misremembering that, or was reintroduced back in January. So that kind of lines up with that strategy. So excellent news. Glad to see that there is a path being put into the game for people, so they will have a way to get Tal. Thank you guys very much for doing that. So yep, just got it. Go figure, and you just bought him. Well, you'll be that much closer to tearing him up then. In 4 months, like it really matters. As opposed to never having him, I think it makes a big difference. And I think it'll certainly help with a lot of different sourcing materials and things in the game. As the game continues to grow and evolve, what are we going to be looking at 4 months from now? 4 months from now, we could be looking at that new G6 content. We could be looking at that Voyager arc. There could be some new high-level hostiles to target and kill that Tal's going to kind of be a very important factor for. And rather than force everyone to have to buy him to be able to participate, they're giving you a path now to get him, as long as you do the work. If you don't do the work, and it's not even like it's a lot of work. It's not like they put him in the top tier of the overflow. Like putting him here, that would have required a lot of work. Putting him here requires you to do about, half the events over the next 10 days? 6 days? Because you're going to get enough points to finish this, plus the overflow mechanic, in a 6-day window. Yeah, not a lot you really have to do. 2 or 3 days worth of events should get you through the rest of this. 2 or 3 more days. By like Friday, you're going to have this done. And then over the weekend, you'll be working on your overflow. So it's not like they put him in here and they're kind of, forcing people to really engage like they did with Tendi, where you had to do every single event every day for all 23 days to get Tendi unlocked. You just have to do like 3 out of the 5 days of events to get him through the Flash Pass. I think that's a good move. I think that's a win for the players. Some of us weren't playing last time Tal was available for free. Most of us weren't playing the last time Tal was available for free. Tal has been out of the game for over 3.5, almost 3.5 years. Very few people who were playing then are still playing now. He's been gone for a very, very long time. So Ace thinks it's good timing because it might take him 4 months to get a pile of them anyway. Well, there you go. Captain Taylor says you'll get plenty of use from him in 4 months because he's made Axion so easy. That is very true. Axion has gotten incredibly easy with him. Also, the ability to punch up on freebooters is incredibly easy. The ability to kill higher level mission bosses is incredibly easy, all thanks to Tal. Nuts, you were playing back then. How many Tal shards do you have? How has it gotten easy due to Tal? For killing Axions? For killing Axions, here's what you do. You take your big ship, like you pile them here, and you go Tal with 5 of 11 and Giorgio, because you need burning for Tal to work. And you put Lon below deck, so you got your biggest cargo space. Now I gotta actually check. Is there an exocomp to boost There is an exocomp to boost cargo capacity. I might just use one of these just for fun. I've never used one of these. That's it, huh? Okay. Cargo. Protected cargo. Cargo, cargo. 50% cargo capacity. Sure, let's activate one of those. So, I can hold 348,000. You just go here. Axion, are those the Mantis hostiles? Yes, this is what you kill for the Mantis, the Axion. Yep. And you just take your big ship, and you come here, and you just go right after the Apex, which pay out, like 20,000, but then you get the extra loot from 5 of 11, plus because it's a pylum, I also get extra loot from that. By the way, for those of you who also didn't notice this, they did make slight adjustments to the wording. If you didn't see Reb's video, now it says increases the amount of resources your ship receives from hostiles by 80%. The math is still the same. They only changed the description to clarify that it's this ship. So that way, if you're in an armada and you've got him, it's not, or you're doing a solo armada, people are like, well, I thought I'm supposed to get, 80% more loot. It's like, yeah, but you're only getting a portion of that loot based on the ship that he's actually on. So that's all that he's modifying. So they just changed the description of him to sort of clarify that a little bit. So you'll just come in here, you'll kill these things, and you'll get big chunks of loot. You can also put Galinar below deck to increase your loot drop as well. I didn't feel like changing officers really for that, so. 5 Tal Giorgio? Yes. 5 Tal Giorgio. Yep, he can absolutely very good for those. How's the shoe? Yeah, the shoe fits, right? I feel like Cinderella, my glass slipper over here. Fleet commanders add the Venom drop by them awesome. I believe that's 7 of 9's ability. One of the new fleet commanders. I think that's one of her abilities. We're going to look at her more in a little bit when we do our grading the arc segment. Some of you may have seen the other content creators starting to put out their videos where they rank this particular arc. So as you can see there, I got about 40,000 between his loot bonus plus the Pylum's loot bonus. And if you look at the fight, And the battle log. You can see Tal's doing most of the work here. Fight's going 24 rounds. That means I had some bad luck with some burning not applying. As you can see here, right here in round 1, no burning. She's got a 75% chance to go off. So there are going to be a couple rounds here and there where she does miss. Obviously, the fewer times that happens, the shorter the fight should be. That fight went 22 rounds. Again, she missed round 1 though. And if you can tier Tal up, this goes from 5% to 6%, which would shorten the fight down to about 16 rounds maximum. I don't have a Pilum. Can you use other ship? Does it need to be Explore? Essentially, you just need a high level. If you're going to use like a Valdor or something like that, if you're going to use like a 42 uncommon ship, you're probably going to have to go for like a 45 or 46 system. These things are just going to hit too hard and do too much damage. You won't have the shield health and things like that to really absorb it. If you have a 46 rare or bigger, you can go right to the 49s. But from what I hear from people who only have like a Valdor or a Katinga, they're going to like the 44s and the 45s and going after those in order to get this done. Like a maxed... no. You can't use a G3 for this. Those don't really have much better cargo space anyway. The only advantage to doing this is that these ships typically have more cargo space than the Mantis, right? If your Mantis has only got like 60 or 80,000 cargo space, you're not getting as much per run as you would from doing something like this. Pardon me. Dinner's repeating on me a little bit tonight. Kirk adds to Axions. Oh, but only with the Mantis. Okay. If you use your Kelvin, yeah, like I said, if you're going to use... I'm a little behind. I'm catching up on chat. If you're going to use a 42 uncommon, you're probably going to rank down a little bit and go after like the 44s or 45s. Same crew setup, just aim a little lower. Things that don't hit quite as hard. How do I know when to move up on Borgs? The whole power disparity due to the ship bonus kind of throws me off. If you're filling your cargo and you still have hull left, try hitting the level above you. It's really the simplest way to come down to it. Probably faster just to die than come back. Nope. So there you go. So I just got 330,000 Axion Venom in 4 minutes. And now because I used that exocomp, well, I guess we're going to go back and do another one. Hang on a second. Let's make my life a little easier this time around. If we're going to do more of these. Below deck ability, we'll put Galinar down there. That'll increase my drop by another 15%. So maybe I'll get 1 or 2 fewer kills.